it's me, Margaret, doing a quick video in between baseball games. We have a big tournament this weekend and I'm trying to get this done. So if you see my lovely bracelet, that's what that's all about. We have yet another one to go. I'm just about through. I'm gonna have to make myself stop doing preemie hats, Daphne. You got me started now. I've been having such a good time. And here I've got this great big old bag, and that's not all of them. I have a few more stuff in there. So here's what I did this week.
You've seen this set of preemie hats before, the ones on the top, but I decided to do a second set in reverse coloration, so they'd be all white and then the stripes would be in color. And here's a pumpkin patch for a bunch of pumpkin heads, or it could be carrot tops, which Melissa Hayes on the Yarn Addicts board pointed out. I thought that was brilliant. I didn't even see that when I looked at it before. And these were done with the Addi Express. These were done with the Addi Express also, and using Karen Simply Soft, and I think they need partners, so I'll probably do a few more before I send these on to Daphne.
I did some of these reversibles so that they could be pink on one side, or if you wanted to switch it and do a multicolor. You know, you could do the multicolor with the pink trim, or you could do the pink with the multicolor trim for those, boys, girls, whatever. One of the projects I did this week was for Sarah in Germany. Z is collecting some some granny squares for her friendship blanket. So I did a couple of those, and I've got them all packaged up to get off to Z so she could mail a big surprise package. Well, I guess it's not a surprise, but a big fun package off to Sarah. And so I don't have them with me to show you, but here they are. And then Friday, I had a knitting accident that put me on crutches. Yes, it's true. Sitting at a table on this kind of high stool, doing my knitting machine, and I had my feet situated kind of funny on the chest below me, and when I hopped off, it kind of felt like my foot needed to be popped or something. I don't know how to describe it, and I kept, like, walk it off. So I did. Well, it got so bad I could not walk on it. It was horrible. So I ended up on crutches. Well, also, that was right before I had to go pick up Thomas from school, rush home, get him something to eat, get him to the ballpark because the tournament was starting. And so I was going to have to sit there during batting practice for the hour before the game starts. So I grabbed some yarn to keep myself busy and try to get my mind off the pain, because it really did hurt. I'm fine now, and I don't know what I did. It's bruised on the top, but yeah, knitting accident could put me on crutches. So anyway, I grabbed this yarn, and I happen to have this pattern handy with me, and I made this pattern, and anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I worked really hard on it. So I think probably I'll take this flower off and maybe make another flower, and it's probably be salvageable, but use the flower for something else. But it just made me think of Halloween or Mardi Gras or something, and I don't know, but I didn't have the luxury of hobbling upstairs to get more yarn, and I just wasn't prepared. Sometimes you have to rethink your projects. Now, I've done a lot of these little hats on my Addi Express professional. That's what they call the smaller size. And I really like it a lot, I have to tell y'all. Any of the reviews that you see about dropped stitches or it can't do flat panels and things like that, actually have to do more with user error than they do with the machine. A lot of the reviews that I saw about the Addi Express was like, well, it says you can do a flat panel on it, but you can't because it makes the edges are just entirely too loose, yeah. Well, that's not necessarily the case. Here I've done a very nice flat paneled edge. I don't know if you can see that or not. based on a video that I learned, that basically what I have figured out about this Addi Express is that if it messes up, it's user error. On the side panels, if you don't pull it snugly, and I still don't have that down, as a matter of fact. See, I'm looser here, I got too tight here, and it's just the same as learning to knit. It's just a whole different way of working your yarn. You have to get the hang of it. So I'm really interested too about using my needles in conjunction with this. I can't call myself a knitter, but I can do a little bit. And so I want to learn to do a knitted bind off instead of a gathered bind off here. And I don't want the rolled hem. I want to be able to possibly even do the 1x1 ribbing and things like that on my needles when I finish. So the way that I learned that is the most efficient for taking it off the machine is to use waste yarn like this, and you'll run your needle through that first row of the project color. So that's what I'm learning, and I'll get back to you on that. But I love this machine so much that I just told my husband, I have to have the big size now so that I can work on the larger size. And he said, go for it. He thinks it's great. So I've put in an order for that, and we'll see when it comes in. Now, while Addi is probably the cream of the crop on this, there are other ones out there that are much more inexpensive that I am not adverse to trying, to be honest with you. I saw the other day at Joann's a Singer for about $30 that is this size, like this. If you're interested in doing this and you don't want to invest in an Addi, I would give it a try, because the difference is that the parts here are made, you got the inside parts are made with metal and, you know, are a little bit higher quality than the other, but the principle is the same. And I'm pretty sold on the fact that it's simple enough concept that all these drop stitches you hear about are really more about user error. I'm not positive on that, but I feel pretty confident in what I have read and learned that that's probably the case. You can see people using those little Singers coming out with some great products, and I think it's because they have figured out how to use it. Something you might want to consider. So this coming week, I hope to try some new things. I'm going to try my first garment other than hats. Can't call that, those are accessories, so hats and scarves and whatnot. I am going to try my very first garment, and I will let you know how that goes, because it's a one size fits most, and this 5'2" definitely has to buy from the petite section. So I am interested to see if this, I'm going to try to tweak it just a little bit before we get started, and I'll see how that goes. But so in other words, I'm just trying to tell you I'm going to have something different next week than preemie hats. So Daphne, I hope to get this out to you this week. So that's all we have for you this week.